And to talk to you about a series I want to do on a very important subject for me. It is mind and its management. It's very important for all of us. Not only that's a major part of our life, but also the atmosphere of information age that we are going through, and how external circumstances, external devices, external information is really causing a lot of problems with our mind, and people are um, really stressed out, burnt out, and really having a poor quality of life because they are not able to control the life, they're not able to sleep well, and they're not able to really be creative well enough. Kind of a neurotic state sometimes because we don't know how to manage this. Uh, Too much information, too many stimuli on our mind, right? So I thought this very practical problem, at the same time very profound problem for all of us, right? So that's why I thought I will come and tell you about the story with the mind of myself, how I picked up these things and how I got into the realm of meditation, and how I now enjoy kind of a quiet mind, silent mind, but at the same time very effective when we want to use it. Okay, I think it can be done. That's what. See, you all know that I'm a physician. When I first came after my MBBS graduation in India in 1980, I graduated. 1981, I ended up here in the United States, and I was joining a geriatric program in residency, and I had the opportunity to see many people with derangements, right? So they were kind of uh, dementia. Right? That was not that much in India when I was studying. Right? So I was struck by how many people are having dementia in this quarter of the world, right? So I wanted to understand that, and then later on, I was taken interest into the field of yoga and ancient civilizations and all that. And I found that they are mostly very controlled as far as their mind is concerned. Then I thought I should explore that, and that was a really revelation because they had such a good hold of our mental process, our emotional process, our mental health, and all that. I think I was fortunate. I was introduced to that, and as I studied more of the mind structure as per yoga science, they talked about what is thought, how thought is used, and then how thought is not used, how thought can be problem if you don't really dispose it of, and how you are supposed to have a control of the thought and then use your mind, rather silent mind, not a very active mind, right? So you don't have to fill up with a lot of stuff and all that. So that really encouraged me to take interest into current mental health problem, current lack of focus, current overactivity of the mind, and burnout from that, stress from that, and lot of lack of sleep, lack of joy. They are all connected with how we really don't know the correct information about mind management. And I have been helping people who are burning out, who are stressed out in their jobs, in their relationship, in the society as a whole. And of course, everybody says mindfulness and meditation, but they don't get the hang of it clearly. They kind of say something and then they do something when the things are really too much, and they may get some relief, but then they go back to the same kind of activity that they were doing all the time, right? So when I saw that, then I said, okay, I will share my experience of how I got into this management, how I got the hang of meditation, and then how I graduated into what's called meditativeness. And that means you are in silence most of the time, and use your faculty of thought when you need to. That's a very, very good thing to have so that you can rest most of the time in your mind. You're kind of going through the life with taking things in control and not being dictated by um, very uh, scattered thought, unconditional thought, or something like a compulsive thought, something like you are bound to think about it because they are happening, and you don't have any control on the stream of thought, right? You wake up with a big stream of thought. You work through all day, and then you sleep on the stream of thought, which is actually inviting anxiety, which is inviting all these problems that people go through, right? So when I saw that, when I taught people how to awake and be in awareness first, and then don't get into all sorts of things right away, first 1 hour, and then through the day, how to be in the present, how to use thought for the appropriate work that you are doing and not go all over, and then how to clear your mind and sleep. Okay, these are the three stages I think we can talk about. But a lot of people, they wake up in thought, they engage with the world in thought, and then they continue to think all day, and they never allow themselves to unwind and relax. Okay, and they won't do it even before they sleep. I think that's very important to remember. Okay, uh, so that's what I wanted to present in this series. I'll be appearing this several sessions in the next few weeks or few weeks because this is such an important topic. So I'm going to advertise this. I'm going to ask people to come and participate if they have anything to contribute or they want to question, and I'll be happy to engage people who are here and who wants to you know engage me in dealing with all that. Okay, so that's the idea. This is an introduction of what my intentions are for the next few days or few weeks as they learn. Such an important, and then we may end up doing some meditative practices of various kinds are there, but you can also learn about them too if you want to. So that's the intention. That's why I'm doing it here. I kind of opened on um, um, Clubhouse and also Wisdom app, and also on the LinkedIn and YouTube. These are the four channels are going right now. So if anybody is interested to join it in the next few weeks for a focused discussion on a certain aspect of mind management, we can do that as a room, and then we can engage people who are interested in that and we can invite them. So I want to do this rather meaningfully so that people get more out of this rather than just doing it for an hour and then forget about it. So I want to introduce people. I want to make them aware that who are doing this on a continuous basis, so that they're all recorded, so they can go and listen to them, and they are going to be presented with a continuous stream, not just like a 1 hour, 2 hours a week or something like that. Okay, I may come several days a week or a couple of times a week for several weeks. I have not decided as to how much time I will get for this, but I really want to do this in a meaningful way so that I am satisfied. I have given my best to my friends, so that they all can really understand the intention and also really appreciate that. So if anybody is interested, send me a direct message as to what aspect of mind management you would like to learn personally, and that will be appreciated. Okay. About this mind management, actually, humans have evolved to this stage because of the mind. We know that, right? But how did we allow it to be just like that, and then spontaneous and compulsive and also unconscious? That's really we need to examine because Without thinking, we didn't evolve into this controlling the earth and then having the elements under control and all that. That's there. But then, where did it go wrong? Something good, too good aspect probably. The mind that has evolved, that has got to produce so many wonderful things. How did it become a problem for us? Or it is some people of us. That's what we need to understand so that we can understand where we went maybe a little bit wrong. Basically, we have the heart beating and you don't do anything deliberately about it. You have the thoughts are happening like that, but then you have the ability to retain the thoughts like a memory, or you can use the thought to project as an imagination, and that's where we have to understand our own innate powers of memory and imagination and see is it appropriately used or not. And there is another, this organ requires some rest and some quietness, and it can renew itself when you do the proper rest. That's where I think we fall short of it. A lot of people allow all the sets of thoughts come to them rather than only the what is needed for that, and then they don't put that away after the work is done. Like if I do something in the hospital, uh, if I retain that in my mind, then that is the one which gives the overwhelm. I'm retaining a lot of material that's already done that don't have to be staying there, but I put it in there. And at the end of the day, maybe 17 different things or 18 different things, whatever I retain, is that really needed? Or is there a way to wash it off? And like that, suppose I project too much into the future and stay there and worry about things, think about things, anxious about things, what happens? Then you have problem with your imagination too. So those kind of things. But what it is important is here and now, live here and now. The thought also keeping them confined to the present. What is happening here? What I'm thinking of. You can be creative. You can think about something that's not heard of or thought of. That's all okay. But then, what are you doing after the thought happened? Are you finishing it off and completely doing away with it, or are you continuing it? That's the question, right? So a lot of people don't have the control of that. Okay, but if you just to do in present, focusing on what you are to do, using the mind for the things that have to be thought about around it, think about it, that's good. And then you can be focused, you can be in flow, you can enjoy any activity, and then you will not make your faculties of mind to be a problem for you, right? So that those are the aspects we will explore. And the resting of the mind also, very people know. Can you unwind, rest, and make it silent, not by taking a medication, not on hypnosis, not by some other procedure that somebody else teaches you, but by yourself. I think that will be a very good power that you can develop. It is there in all of us. So for that you need to really clear the junk and clear all the thoughts, and then allow the mind to rest and regenerate itself. Okay. So these are all important aspects that people have to consider and have to use them in the long run, right? And then if you understand civilization have evolved such a way that you are born in a family, they may not know about this. They may just allow the mind to work or whatever it does. They don't have a process where they sit down and teach the kids calm down. On the other hand, modern world is teaching kids to run at a higher speed, and that is what is happening to the kids, and they are not developing the focus that's needed, rather they're losing the focus they have, attention deficit, right? We all know all this social media, all these devices are doing that. So we'll examine that too. So this is going to be an ongoing series. This is going to be telling people what they can do with mind management. and we will see. So you can come and talk to me. If anybody on the Wisdom app want to come up, you are welcome to come up. Uh, and we will have discussion on this. If you not now, in the future, think about it. It will be a regular feature from me, and it's up to you to come and participate. Even if you participate or not, I'm going to talk about various aspects of this mind management as I understood. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, and I will be seeing you again on a daily basis. Much more time probably. This today is like a just introduction, and just telling people what I intend to do, and this will be advertised, and more people will know that I'll be doing this. Maybe we'll pick up a time that I could do regularly, and we go from there. Thank you.